Hello all, welcome to Netbook and welcome back to MuleSoft tutorials. Today I'm planning to show how to use a properties in MuleSoft. First of all, we need to understand what is a property or properties, how to use them, and what is the advantage if you are going to use it. So whenever you want in your application something needs to be changed at runtime, then we should use the properties. These properties can be changed during runtime so that it will reflect without modification of your code. It can be changed externally the properties. An example, I'm going to take my existing application, that is customer API over here, and I'm opening this application and see under global element you can see that HTTP configuration I have selected the port number is 8081 and base path as this one. But in future, I want to change this port number to 8082 and this API base version should be like this one or maybe like /v1/API. Then should I change my code and deploy it again? It's not a good practice to do that. So instead of that, we can use a properties and we can change it at runtime without modification of your code. So that is the main advantage of using the properties. So without modification of your code, you can upgrade it to changes. So in MuleSoft, what it is providing here. So we have in two ways we can do that. The properties you can define as global property, and the second one is using the property file. So now how the global properties we can use it. Now if I go and see over here, I want to use, this is the one property value I need to keep it, and this is another property value I need to keep it. But I need to define those properties, right? To define those properties, we can use over here, that is so we need to define those properties, and how we can use them we need to see. I have over here in my application port number which is HTTP port, right? So I can define in such a way over here, HTTP dot, it should be always small letter, that is one of the good practice, dot port. Okay, so is equal to currently 8081, so I can define this way. Now this should be HTTP, then what I have here, base path, that is HTTP base path. So define another one, HTTP dot base path. Okay, so currently I have /API. This is how we can define, but where I should define this too, under global properties or property files, any of these place you can use. So let me define this now. Control C, and I'm going to my application and create here, type it over here under global property. You can see that define this HTTP dot port, so 8081. Click on OK. The second property what we have is HTTP dot base path. Similarly, create global property, then use /API. That is how I can define the global properties. Now, whatever the global properties I defined, how I can use them. That means how can I read that values of this, right? I should read those values and I need to utilize them. Now I can go back over here, and to read the property we need to use dollar curly braces open, then the property key. My property key is http dot host. This is my property. Similarly, this is my base path, so http base path. That means dollar, and within the curly braces you need to use a key, the property key we should use it. Click on OK. This is how you can define. Now using this global property, what will happen if I want to change the value tomorrow again? I should go and change it over here. Still I need to change my code in that case, right? But we can use it still now, but you can't change it at runtime in the by changing over here. But there is something called the runtime manager. In the runtime manager, let me deploy this and see that how it works. You can see there is a failure over here. Let me see what is the failure. You can see cannot find http.host over here. Why? Oh, sorry. I know the problem. You can see I'm reading wrongly over here. It should not be host. It should be port, right? We defined as a port. Okay, let me explain one more thing. You defined two properties over here, http.port, http.base path, but if you try to read a value using the key which is does not exist, what will happen? It is going to fail the deployment. You can see the deployment is getting failed because of we are not finding this property value for this. Okay, that is good thing happened uh, with one mistake over here. So I was about to explain that scenario. Right now I have shown over here. If you give the wrong key and if you have not defined that, it will give an error. So I'm going to correct it right now and click on OK. Then the two properties, whatever I'm reading over here, this and this, both has been defined below, then the application will deploy correctly now. Let's wait for it. So now you can see this application is started and this application is going to work as it is before it was working. So let me open my Postman and show you. Now I'm trying to get something over here or create something. Let me create something over here with this request and send a request. See that still this application working as it is, even though if you use the properties. So that is how it works. So what we have seen right now, how we can define a properties. Okay, that is above is defining properties and reading those properties. That is what we learned now. That is using the global properties. Now how I can do the using the property files. So the property files can be created under SRC main resources, or you can do the externalize those files also. So I'm going to show over here inside this project itself. What I'm going to do, right click new. I'm going to say right click new file. I say that customer API dot YAML. Okay, so this is the file I'm going to create it. So over here, two things again. What type of a files it is going to support? It supports dot properties and it is going to support dot YAML file also. This is the two most used property files ways we can use it. Now, if it is a dot YAML file, how we can define is, I think I have already kept it over here, those two properties. Let me copy these two properties and put it over here. Now, if it is a YAML file, http colon, you need to give one tab over here because of after dot whatever it is there, it is a tab. Now you need to use a colon instead of is equal to over here. Now we have already http as a root tag over here. Now you don't need to put it again back. Under the same level, you need to use the base path over here. Okay, that is how you can define a YAML over here. So defining the properties like this, we can do that. Okay. So we have another way we can define a properties other than .ml. You can use dot properties. Let me show you that also. I'm copy pasting the same file actually. So I'm going to define dot properties. Okay. Now these properties you can't put it this way. So how you will be defining http dot port, you should put it over here is equal to, you need to use over here if it is a dot properties. http dot base path is equal to slash API. That is how we need to define these properties. If it is a dot properties, this is how we are going to define. If it is a YAML, you are going to define such a way. The reading of property file will be same as it is. Okay. I'm going to delete these global properties because of we are not going to use anymore. I'm going to show how we can read the values from here. Now I define those properties, but how my application knows this key should read it only from this file or this file? It doesn't know, right? you need to define or configure that. We need to configure that. Click on create over here. Here you need to say that configure properties. This is the configure properties, and browse that file. What is the file name? Either if it is a dot properties you are going to use or dot YAML file, any one is enough. Okay, so whichever you want to use it, that you need to select and click on OK. Now you can see previously also it is failed, could not find the configuration properties dot base path and all because of I haven't configured this configure properties before. Let me save it now. After configuring this, my application will deploy properly. Let me see that. Okay, so there is one more mistake over here. YAML configuration properties only support string values. That means in this, it will support only string values. You should put it as a string value over here, this values. So let me save this, and I need to republish this project, then only it's going to take effects. Let me save that file. But as soon as you change its properties, and if you want to get it reflected, you just need to restart your application in runtime. Now deploy now. You can go and get that. Maybe I will test it with getting the ID. Okay, this one, Control C and Control V over here and get record. You can see we can get the record. So that is working as it is. Okay, so that is how we can use these properties. Now tell me, I have a different environment. I should use the different environment properties. How can I use it? So what I need to do, you need to dynamically select the properties now. In that case, I'm going to have similar properties over here. Over here, I'm going to say -dev, this one, and this one I'm going to say -prod. Okay. If it is a dev environment, I'm going to change the port number now here. I'm going to change this dev environment port number is 8083. Now how it is going to refer these properties, because of when I configure over here, you can see the configuration, it is referring this one. How it is going to select either dev or prod. Based on the environment, it should select. So in that case, you need to use hyphen, okay, and dollar symbol mule.env. So this is the environment variable. You need to pass it from your server. Okay, so click on OK. Now I'm going to stop this project. I'm going to show how we can deploy this project now. So because of this is define.mule.env over here, now either you can pass it that as a global element over here, global properties, or you can do another way. If it is a real-time system, through the server you are going to pass that one. But to test it in local, you can pass it two ways. Okay, so I'm going to talk about it over here, how to pass properties. While deploying the application, right click over here, run as, run configuration you need to use, and customer API. I'm going to deploy this customer API. You can use the arguments over here. What you can do, -d mule.env is equal to dev. When you select that, that value will go over here. That is one way. Okay, so the second way is, if you are not going to use this one over here, under environments, add environment variable, that is mule.env. You can pass it as a dev over here. Any one way you can use it. Now apply this and run it. As I passed a dev over here, it's going to concatenate with a dev over here. Customer-api-dev.yaml is going to pick that file now. From that property file, the values are going to read it. So let me deploy it. It is deploying now. Now you can see this is deployed my application. Let me test it. Now I will go to the Postman and submit this request to get the details. Will it work? It won't work because of I'm trying with the 8081, but my property is contain 8083, right? I changed my port number in the properties I should use that property, whatever it is defined, that value. You can see now 8083 with that port number, I'm able to use this value. So that is how it can be used. So other than that, we can use these properties to read it. There is one more mechanism. I will say status, okay, status success. I will say that success. So I want to read these properties using the data view. How I can do? In my code over here, I'm going to use create customer over here. Instead of reading directly this way, we can use a data view code mule : p of that key, right? So status dot success. So using this function in a data view, you can read the properties also. This is the key and this is the function, p is the function. So let me deploy this code change and check how it is going to work. So this is, I changed it in the create flow. Let me make it ready, my create flow for testing. So this is create flow. I'm going to send a request now. So it is not going to work because of the port number is 8083, right? Yes. Send a request now. You can see the status is coming as null over here. That's wrong. It should take it status dot success. Let me see. Am I okay? I know the problem. So I just added in dot hyphen properties hyphen prod ml, not in the dev. So there is one advantage. I'm going to talk about it later, that how when to use dollar symbol, when to use mule function. If it is a data view code, then you should use the mule function, mule : p. Okay, so now you can see I define this in my dev properties. Because of this application is referring the dev properties, it will work right now. Because of before I haven't defined over here, that's why it was returned as a null value over here. Let me test it again. Now we can see the success is coming. So that is how we can use the properties in our application. To summarize, properties placeholder we can define using global properties or in a property file. In property file, there are two formats, dot properties or YAML file we can use. Okay, dot text file also we can use, but rarely it will be used. It's not good for performance also. And I have explained about how we can define the properties in dot properties and dot YAML file. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe Netbook. See you in the next video. Thank you.